What's good, Gil? King Cosmo here, back with another PSO2 tutorial, and in this video I'm going to teach you all how to augment weapons and armor. Augmenting is something that at first glance can seem very frustrating and confusing for some players, and it is. Augmenting is something that no player truly understands until they've actually tried a few times themselves. So before we talk about how to augment weapons and armor, first let's talk about what is augmentation. Augmentation is the process of moving augments from one weapon or armor to another. Meaning, if I were to have a nemesis weapon that only had augments that would equal up to plus 30 stats, whatever it may be, but wanted to take the augments from other weapons to make my nemesis stronger, then I would want to augment my weapon. This is the premise of augmentation, and these steps can be used with armor as well. Every weapon and armor you drop from a quest will have a slot number. This number can be located at the far right of the item detail. This is the total amount of augments you have on this item, and it can range from 0 to 8 slots being the max. Keep in mind that when augmenting a weapon or armor piece, you can only augment an item with others of the same slot number or higher. Take note that weapons and armor of low slot values can be up-slotted by successfully and fully augmenting weapons with slots 0 to 7. So if I were to have a weapon, for example, that is a 5 slot, when I augment it, there will be an extra slot to add another augment onto it to turn it into a 6 slot. Now that you understand augments, let's begin the process of augmentation. Make your way to the item scientist located in the shopping area in the big purple bodega. If you see doo-doo, leave now and enter an even number block and speak to Monica instead. Now, when talking to Monica, you will have weapon enhance options. Choose Affix augment. Now, you will see a list of weapons you have in your inventory. Note that you can hide locked items so that you don't make the mistake of augmenting and losing them. First, select the weapon you want to add augments to. After, you will be brought to a second menu. Find the weapons you want to take augments from and select them. If you look to the right, you will see a whole list of the affixable augments. Take note that some augments like Vinculum will not be affixable unless you have multiple weapons of the same augment as fodder. Meaning, these two weapons would need to have Vinculum as augments for it to be affixable to your new weapon. This is the case with other augments as well. After confirming your weapons, you will now see the percentages of the augments. When you are choosing your augments, make sure you are aware of the stats being provided to you. Take note that affixing weapons with the same augments will increase the percentage of success. If you notice the extra slot below the list of augments to affix, this means this is your chance to upslot your weapon. By adding that last augment, you will see your success rates decrease. If you are looking to upslot, this can be very risky, but there are some items to help the success rate, like augmentation aids. This item will increase the success rate by the percentage you decide to use. When all is done, hit confirm and let Lady Luck be your guide. If an item fails in the affixes, it will then be downslotted, and the max value will be changed to how many affixes were successful. In this case, my weapon has now become a 4 slot, and I will have to upslot it again. As you can see, this will cost a lot of money, and it's no easy task. But let's talk about some ways to decrease the risks that make augmenting difficult. As you just saw, augmenting is not an easy task. It will take a lot of money and grinding if you're doing raw augmentation. There are some ways to decrease the risks taken while augmenting. These are known as augment factors. These factors are located by choosing the weapon and selecting Confirm Augment Factor tab. Every weapon has a factor, some better than others, and will become available when the weapon reaches plus 35. These factors will come with a 100% affix rate, giving you the chance of an easy affix. Another way to secure your slots with affixes is by using affix augment items. These items will allow you to add things like noble casting or casting boost at 100% affix rate. Note that you can use these when upslotting, and you can only use one per affix. Last thing on our list is augmenting transfers. To do this, first you will need an augment transfer pass. These passes are obtainable by making your way to the swap shop and choosing limited class X Cube exchange shop. As you can see, you can obtain 10 passes every set number of days by swapping 2 class X cubes of each option. After you have your passes, make your way back to Monica and select transfer augments. Just like affixing, select the weapon you want to transfer augments to. Now select the weapon you want to take augments from. Note that if you have a 5-slot weapon and are taking augments from an 8-slot weapon, you will only be able to transfer 5 augments from the 8-slot weapon. This meaning you cannot use this method to upslide. After that, simply choose the augments to transfer and you're good to go. Weapons that augments are taken from will become a 0-slot, as the remaining augments will be removed. Keep in mind, the larger the slot value, the more augment passes you will need. Now, you know all there is to know about affixing augments in PSO2. I hope this video was some help to you on your journey through ARKS. I will leave a link to an Augmentation Simulator in the description below so you can practice for yourself. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments below. You can find me live on Twitch at twitch.tv/KingKazma for more PSO2 live action. Until next time, ARKS, and may your guiding light shine.